Verlander now our master of ceremonies for this particular bout, this heavyweight contest, with Steve Veidor at heavyweight, 15 stone 1, and Pete Roberts, Judo Pete Roberts from Birmingham originally, at 14.5 stone, right in the middle of the mid-heavyweight bracket. But he's coming up to heavyweight for this afternoon's bout. 8 5-minute rounds, 2 falls, 2 submissions or a knockout to decide this winner. Ernest Baldwin, the referee. And they've both got light-colored trunks on. It's not going to be easy all the way, but Steve Veidor has the longer hairstyle.
Seconds away, first round.
And I'm sure all the ladies would say the handsome smile. But Pete Roberts is a pretty handsome boy too, so I don't know whose side anybody's going to be on here. Let's see what happens. Steve Veidor, if you've got a color set, is in the usual light yellow trunks. Show up a wee bit lighter, I think, on a monochrome set than Pete Roberts. Well, it's naturally going to be a little slow after the speed of that tremendous bout we've just witnessed between Roger and Charles. And the double arm right from the stop. Veidor in trouble there, almost. All from a double wrist lock throw and a figure 4 head scissors to finish. Oh yes, caught in an arm lock, Roberts there. But the arm lock is still held. Veidor's still holding it all right. Very dangerous, that throw off the ropes while in an arm lock. So if it doesn't, if the lock doesn't break, there it is again. If the lock doesn't break, the arm just about could. That's the way out of an arm lock, and a follow through with a very cute, both of them. Lovely quick counters by both men there. Attempted knee drop there, Veidor, but in that side headlock, a very difficult one to complete. Yes, feigned a move there from a spin out. But Roberts fell for it, put his head too near, got the head scissors. Veidor holding the straight arm as if he's going to do a straight arm lift, but he turns it instead. Just a minute left in this first round of 8. Roberts tries a grapevine to hold his balance. Doesn't work on the double-handed wrist arm. Now Veidor going for the fingers. Back to the lever. can see where the most energy is being expended here, because Veidor hasn't got a mark of any sweat on him at all, whereas Roberts is sweating profusely. So it's Veidor really setting his sights on this boy and taking a little bit of time. Almost on the bell now of round one. Steve Veidor from Ellesmere Port, Cheshire. There's hardly a sweat on him at all yet. There he is, the real close-up that so many ladies write and ask me to make sure that the television director gives lots of close-ups of Steve in the intervals. There he is, ladies. I think he'll have to get going a bit against Roberts soon. He might be taking it cool now.
Seconds away, second round.
Round two, and 7 rounds to go. No score. Steve Veidor in the very light yellow trunks versus Pete Roberts from Birmingham, who now resides in Worcester, so he's sometimes billed from there. Toe and ankle to Roberts. Oh, yes. Roberts left that left arm of his lying there, and Steve Veidor didn't need a second chance to grab it. Still there if Veidor wants it. And again, that left arm allowed to a little bit near his opponent. He was holding his balance with it, but he's sorry now, I think. Yes, Veidor's successfully countered with that straight arm. And still doesn't leave go on the whip and turns it right back.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Turned it right back on the rollover. And now Veidor going flat out for that Pete Roberts left arm. And straight arm lift position again. Single interlock. The arm held straight. And now doesn't want it. Nicely into a head mare. Oh no, missed it, mistimed it. Miss Roberts over the top for the shoulder press. And he gets it. The first one to Roberts. Sportingly helping Veidor up, and Veidor equally sportingly grinning at him and saying, well done, son, that was a pretty good move. You got me there. So the first one to Roberts in round two. That's another thing I would have bet against. Roberts getting the first one.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. In round two, with a double reverse arm lock and shoulder press, a pinfall, and the first fall to Pete Roberts.
And Roberts just quietly explaining to his opponent, Veidor, exactly how he did it then. That's a little bit cheeky, but still we'll see what happens in the next 6 rounds. Roberts now leading Veidor by 1 fall to 0.
Seconds leave the ring. Round 3.
Now can Roberts keep this up? Roberts on the left there in the slightly darker trunks, the light blue ones. Veidor is going to have to be a little careful. He's trailing by 1 fall now. And another slip like that one. And he could lose the fight through it. and the Grobet, Veidor's special. I know it's Veidor's special because I was on a train journey once and I asked Veidor to let me feel the effects of the Grobet. And he put the Grobet on in the carriage of a train going up north on me. And you should have seen the people passing on their way to the lunch. Very funny look in their faces they had. But I certainly got to feel what a Grobet felt like. There's the side head chancery now to Veidor. Good backdrop, but not quick enough on the upcome, and he's turning into the same move as last time, a double leg Nelson. Oh, very near trouble for Veidor then, and that would have been a 2-0 win. Class headbutt to Veidor. Class because of the perfect timing of it. And the folding press now, shooting the shoulders down. The spin out comes nicely by Roberts. And now this one is developing into an equally good wrestling bout, perhaps. The way Veidor's holding himself away from that side head chancery. Now here comes the counter with the left arm behind Roberts' neck and the crotch hold and slam. But the slam didn't happen for him. The side head chancery was still on and the slam couldn't work for him. Less than 2 minutes to go in round 3. Really the sort of power wrestling that real grappling fans go for. Veidor's still trying to avoid that side head chancery from throwing him. And another way out into a full Nelson. Over the top for a folding press of beauty if he can hold the arms, but he couldn't hold the arms. Double arm stretch to Roberts. And exactly what Veidor wanted, and Roberts fell for it and now knows it. Not quite quick enough for Veidor. And somebody could have got temperamental then if it hadn't been a very sporting bout. Because it was done from the end of a handshake move. Yes. That left shin right down on the throat.
6, 7, 8.
And it's a double arm to Roberts, and this could be the second one. He gets a 2, but not quite a 3. 12 seconds to go in this third round. And it's a reverse crutch hold, face down, knee drop to Veidor. And that's the last move we'll have in this round.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, Judo Pete Roberts doing a great job against Veidor and actually leading from the fall he gained in round 2. He's still got 5 rounds to go, and he's really expended a lot of energy to keep up with this powerful boy in the opposite corner. Question is whether he can do it for another 5 rounds. It's my bet that he can't, but it was also my bet that he couldn't get the first fall, so I could be wrong again.
Seconds leave the ring. Round 4.
And Veidor doing one of his fast move somersaults, but it didn't fool Roberts this time. He didn't quite time it well. It would start round 4 with 5 rounds to go, and Steve Veidor chasing the equalizing fall that he needs so badly soon. Veidor in the lighter yellow trunks. Not a bad lift with you in a backhammer, in a locked off hammerlock, in fact. Veidor now realizing, of course, he simply cannot afford a mistake. He's got to go flat for this equalizer, side folding press, but not quite. Roberts very quick on the attack. Check, Bob, double body check now. Which one comes off best out of this lot? Veidor looking in trouble. Pete Roberts in trouble, 7-8. Veidor up and Roberts just up at 9, but it's a crutch hold by Veidor. And the slam didn't come off, and it's a cross press by Roberts. Oh, another near one for Veidor then to a 2-0 loss. Missed out on that head mare, and it's Veidor from underneath on the shoulder press, and this is it. Beautifully done. And there's the equalizer in round 4 to Veidor. And you can't ask for a more exciting round than that one, especially at the end of it.